And essentially, I would say that on the basis of the experience we gathered in a period of 6 months when we were studying and producing this knowledge paper for FICCI, trying to suggest a way to rejuvenate BIMSTEC, I think we came to the conclusion that the progress so far has been indeed very limited. And while everybody talks about massive potential, when it comes to moving things forward, there is nothing but disappointment that comes your way. We tried to attempt the diagnosis very clinically, and we came to the conclusion that this was essentially due to inadequate convergence of policy on a host of issues among these 7 countries. It is also due to lack of political will and commitment. There is the financial issue, that is inadequacy of financial resources for an institution, which then gets reduced to be a talk shop. And above all, I think it is an institution that badly needs institutional reform. I think these were 4 or 5 main elements of diagnosis, and that's why we suggested that the time has come now to recognize BIMSTEC region, the 7 countries, as a powerful geopolitical construct. If in a matter of few years, the Indo-Pacific that stretches from Japan to Kenya has come to catch the imagination of the world community, how come we cannot achieve that very thing on a much smaller scale, which is BIMSTEC? The reason is that, first of all, South Asian countries are not sure whether to travel on the SAARC train or BIMSTEC train. And even this we addressed, and we came to the conclusion that this region is now so important that no matter what happens to SAARC, we should be committed to BIMSTEC per se. BIMSTEC stands on its own, and therefore this is the view of the at least non-governmental community, that we should not keep being King Lear. We should be clear that no matter what happens to SAARC, BIMSTEC should be advanced. There were just 2 more points which I would like to share with you. The second essential conclusion was that BIMSTEC cannot just continue to be a club of foreign ministries with occasional help from the leaders. By occasional, I mean once in 6 years. I think it has to be a regional grouping among the polities of 7 countries, covering governments, business communities, civil society, and people at large. It's not enough to keep paying lip service to people contacts and then really take and keep all the controls with the governmental authorities. So I think this is very important. And my last point is that institutional and financial reform are indispensable. I think unless these leaders find a way to say, all right, every year we are going to find a date to meet for the BIMSTEC Summit, it is not going to move forward. Just look at all the successful organizations. Look at ASEAN. They meet twice a year. Look at BRICS. They meet once a year. Look at G20, 20 topmost leaders of the world. They meet once a year. If the 7 leaders, with deepest respect, are committed to what they say, they have to find one day to hold BIMSTEC retreats, summits, informal meetings, and what have you.